Dear Diary, I'm realising that comparison is ruining my joy. Now don't get me wrong, in this day and age it's nearly impossible to not compare yourself. The way society is built, we compare ourselves to people that we work with, we compare ourselves to people we see out in public on the tube, on the way to work, what they're wearing, the brands they have, the labels, their skin, their hair. We compare ourselves to people we know from school that we see online, so friends that suddenly buy a house, or friends that move abroad, or friends that announce a promotion on LinkedIn. We compare ourselves to people we don't know, people that we aspire to be like, so influencers, celebrities, singers, artists, creatives that are achieving lots and have lots of money and live a lifestyle that we would love to have. And I don't think that wanting these things that maybe we don't have makes us bad people or is completely wrong. It's natural. I think part of life is assessing yourself, comparing it to other people, and sometimes using people as pacemakers. We all had that friend at school that maybe we always sat next to and we were similar levels of intelligence, and so that meant that you kind of benchmark if you're working hard enough or smart enough if that person was getting a similar grade to you on a test that you found hard. Or maybe if you're into sports, you had a pacemaker when you were running. That is part of being part of a pack and a group. I think naturally it is what we do as humans, is we have people that help pull us forward and that we want to move forward with. But I do think that it's very hard to not continuously compare and critique yourself as you relate to other people, and that comparison is something that I think is hard. And a lot of social media is now, I find, with Instagram and TikTok, it's people sharing how I lost weight or how I'm in shape, or the workouts I do, or the lifestyle I live, or how much I make. I saw a post this week of a influencer saying, I made 200,000 this month on my social media, you should start. But he actually was also an OnlyFans guy that has 2 million followers. I think he started off as a fashion page and then got into shape and then started veering to another direction, and now he does OnlyFans. But the point is, you see that and think, oh my god, if I had made certain choices, obviously I'm not saying start OnlyFans, but you think, okay, there are people that do content and they make 20, 30k in a month, or they model. And so it's very hard to just open your phone. It's hard when you just open your phone and you are just trying to relax and you see someone say, I'm doing this and making this much, and you could do that if you were better in your life, or you made better decisions, or if you were me. Or you see someone who's just in amazing shape and you look at yourself like I have today with my gut, and I've eaten badly for the last 2 weeks and I've put on all the weight I lost in the last 3 months again, and you think, okay, well, I'm doing bad in that regard. Then you see someone's clothes, you don't have those items, you can't afford them. You see someone on holiday, and even without actively seeking out or choosing to compare yourself, you are forced to see things that make you feel insignificant. And I've been working really hard to try not to take those things and then make them cause me to ruminate, because naturally I think, oh, okay, I've got to start posting again, I've got to start working out again, and my motivation sometimes comes from a place of comparison that isn't necessarily extremely healthy. It comes from a place of fear and stress and worry. And so then I'm hectically and frantically doing this and then doing that and then doing this and doing that, rather than, I think, sticking to a routine and pathway and cycle that feels aligned with what I want to do and what I've chosen to prioritize. And I've said to myself, okay, I'm going to work out, let's say, 4 times a week, and in a year's time I'll have made this progress and I know what pathway and plan I'm on, and so I'm happy with that. Instead, I find myself thinking, oh, I want to be in shape now, I want to have those clothes now, I want to have those followers now, I want to be this person now, and suddenly the pressure becomes external. And I wasn't always like this. I was normally someone that would think, okay, I know what I want to do, I'm doing this thing, and I know that I'm working towards my own plan, my own interests that are purely from my own heart. So if that was doing a house video tour with my siblings, or having a YouTube channel, or knitting, or roller skating, whatever it was that I liked, I would do the things that I liked, and I wasn't concerned about other people doing it or not. I just liked doing it. I wanted to do it well for myself. And I find that now, often when I am and living my life day to day, and obviously it's hard because you work and you want to get a promotion and a certain amount of money, and life costs a certain amount to live, so you need to have a salary, and if you want to save and do better, you naturally are thinking about money and the ways you can do those things and get those things that are important to you, so you can have a life that you like. And I think when you see people doing or having those things that you don't have, it can cause a pang in your stomach where you feel like, oh damn, I wish I had that. But I'm really trying to not think like that and think, okay, I know what I want, and I'm not ashamed of wanting those things, and I don't have them now, and that's fine. I can still have happiness and joy in my day-to-day life now as it is without those things, and trying to also be positive. And I saw someone say in a tweet today, try and every day write down one good thing that happened to you, and then as life goes on, weeks, months, years, you always have a place that you can look back that when you're feeling down, you can see things that went well for you. And I'm trying to focus on things that I do have that other people might not have, so my health, or a close group of friends, or my family, or whatever it is, you know, things that you can say, actually, these are really good things and I'm happy about these things, and someone else might compare themselves to me and say, I wish I had that. I'm focusing on what I have way more, but it is hard because sometimes I feel I want those things and I've wanted them for a while and I'm working hard on them and I don't have them yet. Why don't I have them? Other people do. And I think that's very natural to compare yourself, but I'm trying to not do that, because comparison is, as they say, and we all know, the thief of all joy. And so I think in a way we're not going to never compare ourselves, but trying to compare less. And also when you do compare, not doing it in a way that makes yourself feel terrible, but actually thinking about when you have that urge or impulse to compare yourself, focusing more on, okay, well, that I might not have that, but I do have this, and that's also important, and that matters to me. And also thinking in a way that is more focused on your perspective being something that's positive, and looking at what you do have, talking yourself up nicely, having a good self-talk, having a good internal monologue and a good internal voice, and choosing to live each day thinking about what's going well, because that's a better place of motivating from a place of joy and happiness and desire and want, rather than from fear and anxiety from external things. So I was just thinking about that today, and I thought I would just share this in a video, that I compare a lot, I'm sure you compare a lot, it's natural, and we should all try to beat ourselves up less and not dream and fantasize about things that maybe aren't attainable, because these celebrities have access to different things that we don't, and they can work out all day every day, and they have money from their parents. We don't know how people get things they get, and we see them and think, I want that, but not all the glitters is gold, and what you see on the screen and someone that has it now doesn't show you what they had to do to get that. And I think sometimes we don't see the struggle, so you're comparing yourself to someone that doesn't have the same struggles you have, or didn't have to work as hard as you did, and so it's kind of a false comparison, because everyone's life is different and everyone's journey is different. So this is all just to say, don't compare, try not to compare, and try and be happier and take stock of what you have and be proud of yourself. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this diary entry. If you want to see more of these, go into my channel to find other videos in this series called Dear Diary, where I talk about things I'm thinking about and what's on my mind in a short but sweet video. I'll see you on the next video.